I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Dipesh Kaura. I represent Securonics for the India and South Asia region. Um, I've been around in this industry now 25 years, and last about close to 13, 14 years, I've been doing only cybersecurity. So I've been through various cycles of cyber defense. I've been on both sides of the role. I've been a consultant with PwC, doing various aspects and dimensions of cyber defense. So I think this is a good opportunity for me to, open up a session which talks more about how cyber defense works and what are the features that typically Securonics can bring to the table. What differentiates Securonics from a lot of competitive brands in the business today. And most importantly, I've been told the audience today is a mixed bag between a lot of hands-on practitioners, cyber hunters, cyber responders. So my intent today is not to take too much time by myself, but to bring you people who are a part of the team that can help you respond better, respond faster, with the help of Securonics, of course. So this being a proper Securonics session, we'll stick to the brand. To begin with, we'll talk about the most talked about technology, AI. Has AI actually brought a dimension improvement to the kind of solutioning that we are talking about in terms of cyber response? Now, Securonics is a brand that focuses in the SOC business. It's one of the heart of the SOC technology where we talk SIM, we talk SOAR, we talk UBA, we talk about threat intel platforms as well today. So SIM, SOAR, UBA being the heart of a SOC and the core technology that actually integrates with the entire ecosystem of cyber defense, reads, understands, extrapolates and gives alerts which are a few thousands in numbers and a few thousand per minute. Has AI been able to bring any dimension to it that has improved the way we are responding? And the answer to that is yes. Among all the hype that we see in the world of AI, in the world of ChatGPT, in the world of consumer-driven artificial intelligence, this is one domain of business which has seen the most effective growth in terms of reducing your time to not only detect but also respond. And as we stand in front of you today from Securonics, it's a very confident statement that we make that from the technology growth on the AI agent perspective or the agentic AI domain, Securonics truly leads the pack. This makes Securonics a 6 times Gartner winner. We'll talk about that. So this slide, typically, I use this slide quite often because there was a time where such movies were very fancy movies, sci-fi movies, which excite all of us. But today, this sci-fi is actually a reality. We are actually solving problems the way they are or they were being shown in movies. What are the problems that we solve? We are looking at insider threats. We are looking at legacy modernization. This is the major disruption correction which is happening now, primarily because SIM, SOAR were technologies that were confined within rooms on-prem only. Securonics was among the first brands to take SIEM to the cloud. It was to a large extent believed that SIM, SOAR cannot be moved to the cloud primarily because of the number of use cases and the amount of compute which is required. And SIM is a kind of technology which is customized to every individual SOC. One size does not fit all. So every time a SIM is being installed, although the correlation rules would be the same, but the output that is derived out of it is very, very different. So since it is highly customized solution, how can we take it to the cloud? Securonics was the first brand that took the initiative, took it to the cloud. The biggest advantage of going to the cloud is again AI. And I think Securonics research team saw this coming in 3 years before. We started working on the AI piece, getting the modernization. 3 years before, even at a point in time where people were not even looking, I mean, I come from a point in time where people were talking more about ML and correlation. That is the time we started talking about AI. While today people talk about AI, Agentic AI, we are the first brands who are talking one step ahead, talking about Agentic Mesh. Now, since I have a bunch of techies sitting here, we all know how mesh functions, right? Mesh is typically a interconnectivity of multiple locations, multiple products, multiple technologies coming together so as such that all of them interact with each other to ensure that there is, if I can claim, near zero downtime or no downtime, and everybody talks to everybody, so the entire technology setup knows the way the kind of response is coming up. Securonics is the only brand which is talking about Agentic AI Mesh, and that is something that we will talk elaborately when we go into the sessions. Analyst experience is something which has made an AI dimension bringing into the analyst, reducing the work of the analyst has been of great advantage. With the help of AI, there are situations where the response time has literally come down to seconds. The detection capability has been reduced to a couple of minutes, and the accuracy of response has grown up drastically. That is where the true power of AI is being seen on a security platform, because one, it has not only improved the efficacy and efficiency of responding to threats, it has also highly increased the accuracy of detection and response. This is the journey. As an organization, Securonics has been a research-driven brand. We talk about UEBA today. The term UEBA has been coined and created by Securonics. User Entity Behavior Analytics as a technology has been bought in front of consumers and business houses by Securonics, which means that a large part of this organization believes in innovation even today. It's not a brand which is grown by acquisition. It is a brand that has grown by research. It is a brand that has always bought in technologies either ahead of time or introduced technologies to the world which have made things easier in the cyber defense community. UEBA is a classic example. Cloud native SIM, like I said, we were among the first people to take SIM to the cloud. As we stand today, 2025, almost everybody is talking about going to the cloud. SecOps has been another aspect where we talk about platformization and consolidation, improving the service window, improving the dashboard visibility, getting the integration done, and bringing a dimension where the entire response can be seen not only through a single window, but an interactive tool that actually communicates back to you and can help you take decisions in critical situations. I spoke about Platformization, this is the way we bring it all together. So security data lake has been one aspect of a SIMSOAR technology, which has always been the most expensive piece. But taking this entire piece into the cloud has made the most difference because one, being on the cloud from a consumer perspective, it is very easy to have access to extra compute as and when you need it. And we all know that when we talk about AI, AI is extensively compute hungry. The biggest advantage of breaking the walls and going into the cloud from an on-prem solution is getting more and more AI benefits. I'm sure you guys would agree, when we set up a SIM on-prem, we do hardware sizing. Hardware sizing mainly covers up your compute and your storage. Whenever you are doing your sizing, you will take an EPS count, maybe anything from say 500 EPS to 50,000 in a usual business scenario. You will put a 30%, 40% buffer on top of it as an expansion scale. You will create a 5-year window that this is how the 5-year budget is going to look at it, and add another 30%. And if you guys have already lived through 5 years plus cycle, you would know for sure that by the time you start entering your 3rd year of consumption, you've already peaked out the hardware. And now the struggle is, do I compromise from reducing the number of EPS counts, or I start looking at how much EPS I need to ingest and how much I need to ignore, and take a conscious call about trading off the security parameter, which is primarily the basic function of your SOC. So once you've moved to the cloud, the entire compute is being taken care of, and your focus is more towards cyber defense and incorporating all the new tech that is coming in through the cloud visibility. Well, these are things that happen all across. I'm sure all of us face this. Getting a singular platform can mainly help you customize, filter, structure, and respond on these 4 parameters. The legal and the compliance aspect has always been dominant whenever it has come to a SIM or a source or on-prem SOC solution. But beyond compliance, I think now the legal aspect has also become very, very critical. Having a solution that can cater to those compliances and help you in the regulatory aspects is a huge advantage. That is one of the key aspects that Securonix brings to the table. Some numbers, I'm sure today and the days ahead, you will be bombarded with a lot of them. I won't take too much time, but yeah, something that we need to talk about and has to be glaringly in front of you is the Gartner quadrant, because universally accepted third-party endorsement is Gartner. We all consider Gartner as an endorsing body, right? Securonix stands as the only brand to be in the leaders quadrant for Gartner continuously for 6 years. It is the oldest standing Gartner brand in quadrant 1. That is the kind of innovation that this company brings in, and the kind of confidence that the customers and the partners across the globe has put in. In fact, if you look at the quadrant carefully, you might find that Securonix is the only stand-alone SIEM brand standing strong even today in the Gartner's Leaders Quadrant. We only do SOC. A lot of brands that are sharing quadrant 1 with us share other technologies too. SOC is also a solution they offer. We do only SOC. The first acquisition that has happened in the last, ever since 2009 that Securonix has been incorporated, is of a brand called Threat Quotient. And if you look at the methodology and the concept behind the acquisition, Threat Quotient is a threat intel platform. It is one of the predictive technologies that exist in the cyber world today. So a SIM-SOAR Yuba platform that integrates with a threat intelligence platform. So the platformization merges more smoothly in a better way and can add stronger context to it. Now, all the practitioners of cybersecurity, have you ever considered or realized that every technology that we have deployed in our systems is only of reaction? When something happens, you get an alert. So something has to happen for you to take corrective action. You have to wait for the bad activity. If you look at the cyber defense offering today, there are only two technologies which are predictive in nature. One is threat intelligence, because threat intelligence can tell you what is happening in the world outside your perimeter and what are the probabilities that it can affect your business. The second is UEBA, where UEBA, based on the user or the entity's behavior, can actually predict that something bad will happen if this aspect of defense is not taken care of. Now bring the both the predictive technologies, which is the threat intelligence, as well as the user entity behavior, onto a single platform. I am not sure how many brands can do that today with a strong UEBA offering, with a strong threat intelligence platform integration, with a strong user entity behavior, as well as detection capability. Add to it the highest number of agentic AIs, add to it talking about agentic AI mesh, which is already being implemented. So with that, I invite Harshit. Harshit is a part of my team and the lead technology architect for India and South Asia business. He will take you through the core content of cyber defense, which will be more of use cases. So, Harshit, it's all yours.
Thank you, Dipesh. All right. So I believe now you have got some bit of securonics in your mind. So what I'm going to do is, now in today's era, AI is everywhere. Unfortunately, I do not have an AI right now. Just to understand how many of you are carrying laptops, can you please raise your hands? Okay, and can you also connect to internet? All right, so just wanted to understand. See, right now what I'm planning to do is I'll give you a quick brief about the AI aspects in Securonics, as well as what I'll do is I'll give you a quick demo on some of the AI agents that Securonics has currently. But then I would also want the technical practitioners over here to get a gist of the Securonics platform and do some hands-on. So I'm planning to do a CTF. Are you okay with it? I understand you would get very short time because we have limited time today. It is just going to be a small, I would say, sample of the CTF, but we can always set up a dedicated CTF in smaller group. But are you guys okay to do a CTF today? For at least the people who are carrying the laptops, and obviously you can group along with the people who are carrying the laptop. And then we can, obviously we have some interesting prize over here. We have Amazon vouchers. We also have AI-enabled cameras. Are you guys open to it? Shall we proceed with the CTF after my demo session? Raise your hands, please. OK, that's fine. So Vinny, maybe we can distribute the chits, and then while I just give a quick demo about it. All right, so before we get into the CTF, let's talk about some of the AI agents. So what Securonics has done is, Securonics, as Dipesh explained, has done a lot of investments as well as put in a lot of efforts on the machine learning aspects, right? We started back in 2009, and as of today, we have more than 400 models. We have several patented algorithms that works for our UEBA. Now, while we have done a lot of refinements, we have brought into a lot of maturity in the machine learning space, last 2 to 3 years, we are heavily focusing on the AI things of it, just to understand how we can ensure that the SOC is operating with high efficiency, high efficacy, and they can perform the operations with high precision, right? Now, obviously, traditionally, since a couple of decades, when SOC has been performing in this area using several SIM platforms, they have been performing the day-to-day operations by following the SOPs, right? Now, these SOPs typically would guide them in order to understand what sort of task you have to follow in order to do monitoring, perform enrichment, perform hunting, investigation, perform containment, and things like those. But you cannot ignore the human errors that do get involved when you are doing day-to-day operations, right? As well as the speed, the accuracy with which you work when you are performing manually is definitely lesser than what AI can do for you, right? So considering these aspects, we have a vision of making the L1 layer of the SOC completely autonomous. That's our vision. We have not achieved it yet, but we are moving towards that direction in a phased approach. So as part of it, as part of the phase 1, what we have come up with is we have come up with around 6 to 7 AI agents that would assist SOC in each and every task of day-to-day SOC operations, okay? So if you see, for an example, we have agents which would cancel the noise or reduce the noise in your SOC environment. We have an agent which would predict if a user could pose some serious harm to your organization, and you can achieve it with Insider Agent. We have a spotter agent. Spotter is a place where you do hunting, investigations by writing queries. Now, you would have dealt with some complex query languages, SQL, KQL, or even Python, or whatever, right? So for Securonics, anyways, it uses a natural language-based query. But what we have enabled with this Spotter AI agent is that you would be able to write those queries in plain English language, and it will convert it into a Securonics understandable query, okay, which Securonics understands, and it will allow you to perform investigation and hunting with an ease. Obviously, with a lot of accuracy, as well as you would be able to get the results in a much faster manner. We have another agent called Response Agent. Now, when you receive an alert from a SIM platform, typically what you do is you dig through some of the events which are associated with that alert or violation, and then you extract information like, okay, what's the username, who was the user, what's the IP, what's the destination, what are the port numbers involved, what are the MITRE TTPs involved, what are the IOCs that I can see. These are some of the tasks that you do when you specifically do some investigation and analysis or triaging. Now, what Response Agent would help you with is, this agent would sit or would extend a helping hand to your SOC analyst in order to extract these information automatically, okay? Now, these information such as, it will give you a quick summary of what this violation is all about, who all are the users, who have been identified as the violators in this violation. And then it would also tell you the MITRE TTPs associated with the violation. It will tell you the complete context of the user and the entity. The user belongs to which department, what's his employee ID, who is the manager. And then it will also give you a fully contextualized steps from a response standpoint. So what you should do in order to contain or remediate that kind of a violation, right? So that's what Response Agent would do for you. And then we are also coming up with another agent called as Policy Agent. So I'm sure many of you would have worked on a SIM platform, and many of you would know what a SIM rule is. Is my understanding correct? Right? Now, so if you are a content developer, or if you know how a SIM rule is created, you know the steps, right? So you would first understand, okay, whether I am getting the right logs in the SIM platform, are they parsed, do I have the right data sources, what should be my threshold, what should be my logic in order to create such kind of a rule. So it's a tedious process. It requires a lot of steps. time-taking, and at the same time, it will not guarantee that you would be able to end up creating a fine-tuned rule. Now, this is what this policy agent will help you with. So the policy agent will enable a bot within the same Securonics UI. And using that bot, you can simply instruct that bot, OK, see, I have to create a rule which should detect brute force kind of detections. And then if the bot has some more questions to ask, it will definitely ask. You can respond it on the same chat. And then what it will do, it will analyze, it will validate if you have the right logs in place, if you have the right data sources, whether the logs are parsed or not. And then based on that, it will return a Sigma code of the rule that it would create in the backend. And all these will happen within a few seconds. You go ahead and review the Sigma code, click on yes, and boom, your rule or the policy is created on SIM. So it's going to be that simple. We are in the final leg of testing, and we are going to bring this very soon into our platform. The other piece I wanted to talk about is the DPM. Now, DPM is nothing but, it stands for Data Pipeline Management. Now, there are several tools in the market which would actually can segregate different types of logs, and then it can push it to different destinations. Okay, so some tools like maybe Cribble, for example, is one such tool, and it's a licensed product. Now, how the DPM would help typically is to optimize such logs. Obviously, if you are a SIM customer or if you are a SIM service provider, you would understand the amount of log a customer would need, amount of log the customer would typically deal with, right, on day-to-day basis. So there are challenges with respect to licensing, challenges with respect to costing, challenges with respect to management of those logs. All these things need to be properly managed and well segregated. That's what DPM does for you. So DPM is a feature which is built into the Synchronix platform. It is not separately licensed. So what customer can do, it will allow the customer to segregate security and non-security logs, right? Now, let's say if customers are ingesting firewall logs, okay? And firewall is one such data source which generate a lot of logs from its data source. And once you ingest it, it would kind of generate a lot of EPS or GB per day volume. As a result, customer would end up paying such price for such a large volume. So you can segregate whether you want, let's say, I just want the denied traffic logs. I don't want the accept traffic logs. Or specific minor things such as any configuration changes happening in the firewall, you just want that. So those kind of segregations you would be able to make with the help of DPM. Now we are also bringing up something called as an AI agent of the DPM, which would do this job automatically for you. So you are ingesting a lot of logs in SIM platform, and the AI agent will assist you in identifying that, OK, see, these are those 20% of the logs you have never used for your analytics. Do you want the DPM to capture these logs as just basic logs, and the remaining can still go into the analytical log? So this way, your customer will be able to kind of save a lot of money on the licensing aspects, because the logs which are simply going into the basic tier would be much cheaper when compared against the analytics. Okay? So these are some of the agents that I wanted to give a quick brief on. I would pick a couple of these agents to show you live demo on it. And for that, I will have to go at the back, because my laptop is connected at the back. So keep your eyes on the screen while I run through the demo. Right? Am I audible? OK, great. OK. Okay, I hope the screen is properly visible to all of you. Uh, so once you log into the Securonics console, this is the landing page, and this landing page is called as Security Command Center. So obviously the demo of the entire platform would take a lot of time, but today's agenda is mostly to cover some of the aspects of the AI that we are using as part of the platform. Now, I have talked about around 6 different AI agents that we have right now. So let me first go to an agent called as noise cancellation. So once you click on the menu, there is a module called as noise cancellation over here. Simply clicking on that. And then what it would do is it will take you to a screen which will list down all the noisy policies that Securonics as a platform is observing. Now, you would definitely acknowledge, whoever is working on a SIM or a SOC environment, you would definitely agree with me that there are several scenarios where the SOC analysts deal with such noise on day-to-day basis, and most of the time you end up spending 2/3 of your shift's time in just dealing with the false positives and doing some maintenance activities, administrative activities, rather than focusing on the crucial threat detection and response. Now, the screen that you see in front of you, right, it is showing a donut chart, and this donut chart is showing me that 27.8 million violation or the alerts are just the noise in your environment. And then you will see that these are the policies, the top policies which are generating these noise. So what we have done is, in the noise cancellation pane that you see, it will give you some statistics around that. For example, the first policy that you see, which is related to some potential folder, and it has generated these many violations, and the total share of noise when compared against the overall noise that the platform is seeing is around 17%. And similarly, you see the similar statistics for all these policies over here. And you would see the statistics of the numbers of the violations and the overall percentage share. Now, what we have done to create this AI agent is, we have identified that there will be 2 broad categories where all these noise would typically fall onto. For the first category is periodic policy, and the second category is correlated policy. So the type that you see over here, they represent the category of these policies. Now, what are periodic policies? So if I go to the periodic policy, now the periodic policies show a repeating pattern. Now, this repeating pattern are typically derived from the alerts that these periodic policies generate. So these alerts get triggered at a regular interval in time on a periodic basis. For example, there would be, let's say, alert triggering at 8 a.m. and then 12 noon and then 4 p.m. and then at 8 p.m. and then this cycle keeps on repeating. There could be several reasons why this kind of a behavior you would see in your SIM platform. And then imagine the situation that you are dealing with a lot of alerts. It is humanly not possible to identify such pattern without some sort of a script or bot or AI assisting you onto that. Now, the reasons could be, maybe there is a scheduled job or a cron job that's running on a Linux machine, as a result of which it is generating those events on a periodic manner. Or maybe there is a service account whose password is expired and it is trying to get authenticated every now and then on a periodic manner. There could be scenarios that wherein the API polling would be happen or a synchronization would happen on a periodic manner. So if I pick one example over here, this is one such policy which is generating a lot of noisy alerts. And you can see that it is showing that repeating behavior. And I can see this pattern over here. If I squeeze this graph a bit, I would be able to see that this policy is repeating from, let's say, 16th to 17th 3 times, right? And this pattern keeps on repeating. So which means that this is a policy which is maybe triggering just because of some of the examples that I gave you, maybe a cron job would be running in the backend. And then it is also, if you just click on the noise cancellation agent, it will tell you the complete statistics around this. And it will also tell you that this pattern is repeating because there is a user called John Snow and port 443. It is seeing a combination of these two. And whenever this combination is seen on the events, this policy is getting flagged, as a result generating a lot of noise. The second category is correlated policy. So don't confuse with the SIM correlation. In this case, the correlated policy are the ones which generate the alerts in a duplicate manner. So you would see overlapping alerts getting generated by multiple policies. So for the same set of activities which user or entity is doing, multiple policies are generating similar amount of alert. So if I pick one example over here, you would be able to see this kind of a Venn diagram which shows that how many alerts are getting overlapped between the two policies. And you can again take help of the noise cancellation agent in order to see a side-by-side comparison of the logic that's defined in both the policies, so that you can just validate it and fine-tune one of them. So this is one of the agents that I wanted to show you. Let me bring up another agent which typically assists you on day-to-day basis. And this is a response agent. Now what this response agent would do, it would automatically analyze, investigate, and create a response plan for you if you are investigating a particular violation or a threat within Securonix platform. Okay? So what I'll do is I'll pick one example from here. And let's say there is a user, Carrie Howard, and I am picking one such medium severity alert or violation that I see. And I can simply click on Generate AI Response over here. What it would do, it would start reading the parameters of the violation, and within a few seconds, it will start writing that in a summarized manner for me, like the way it is doing now, right? Now, if you just notice, let it write completely, and then I will show you the details that it has captured for me. So if you see over here, it is telling me about some little bit of description about this violation, and is telling me that this violation involves some MFA bypass, some malicious IP login successful being observed, privilege escalation. It is telling me the overall impact that it has in the organization, the chronology of events, the geolocation of this user, the MITRE TTPs from tactics and technique standpoint. You would also see the TIDs over here, and then you would be able to see the kill chain stages which are involved as part of this violation. And most importantly, you will see a full context about this user. You can see the employee ID, you can see the first name, last name, department, designation, everything, so that you have full context before you proceed with the containment plan. And then you will see these recommendations over here, which will tell and suggest what sort of actions you should take in order to contain or remediate this kind of an alert. So this is another AI policy, AI agent that I wanted to give you a quick brief on. So now what we can do is we can move ahead with the CTF event. I know we have very less time. For that, let me bring up the slide so that I can brief you onto that. Just 1 minute. All right, so I hope everyone has just switched on their laptops. Okay, so let me come back to the stage and describe the process to you. You can So while the guys are loading the PPT on the screen, whoever do not have a laptop and would wish to be part of the CTF, please group with a person who has a laptop. We'll definitely combine the prizes. We will give individual prizes to you as well, whoever is part of the same group. Okay. All right. I won't go through the agenda. Let me brief you on some of the key pointers that you should note. Okay. Now, you just need a browser. Okay. There would be two consoles you would be logging onto. Okay. So this slide I will first brief, and from next slide onwards, you should also kind of do those activities, okay, while I'm projecting the screen. So there would be two consoles. One is Securonic SIM console. We call it as Sniper. The second console would be CTFD portal, and this is the portal which you will use to answer the questions on, okay? So there would be questions coming up on that CTFD portal, and you would have to capture the flag and put that flag value into this portal, okay? And this is the portal where it would be counted on. And then you will not have 40 minutes. You will have lesser than 40 minutes because we have spent some more time here. All right, the first two winners as group or as individuals would be getting AI-enabled security cameras and Amazon gift vouchers. Each participant who participates today in the CTF event will get a physical certificate, and you can also download a digital version of it. Okay, there would be a barcode on your physical certificate which you can use to download it. Okay, now there are also hints that would be given in each question. You can take that hint, but you will score less. Okay, in that case. Now the first stage would be first stage, or I would say phase, would be orientation stage. This is an open book question in the orientation stage. You will already have a flag. It is just to make you practice how you should be working on the CTFD portal, okay? So I will come back to onto that. And then we have folks like myself, Vinny, Sarvagya, Dipesh in the room. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask them, okay? Okay. So let's begin this exercise. So you would have got slips by now. In that slip, you would see Securonic Sniper console, URL, username, and the password, right, like this. I request you to simply click on the URL, or not click on, just type the URL on the browser, go to that particular console, and then enter your username and password. Once you are done, just let me know, and if you face any problem, just raise your hand. How many of you have already logged into this console? You can re-log in then. Huh. It's not loading again? Okay. Achha, you are doing it on the browser? It's loaded, right? Okay. But on mobile, it will be difficult. But that's okay. Anyone else who is facing a problem? We don't have a Wi-Fi. You have to use a hotspot or something, yeah. You don't have the slip? Vinny, you have extra slip? Extra slip? Anyone else facing any problem? Okay. Who had raised his hand? Okay. Problem? Slip? You have? No, so no, log in to the first one, this one. Yeah. You are already logged in? Okay. Anyone else facing any problem? just go. Okay. No, Wi-Fi, you have to use your own Wi-Fi using a hotspot. We don't have a Wi-Fi here actually. Yeah. Huh, then you just connect it and then you will be able to log in. Any issue? That's fine. I'll come to that. I'll come to that. Okay, shall we move to the next step? Huh? Internet. वो hotspot करना पड़ेगा.
You might have this access if you want to share
What?
the access which you had.
So I'll ask.
Once you don't have the internet.
You have internet? नहीं internet नहीं हुआ है. It's connected. Just
This is the SSID.
give the internet access to him. Connected, na? Okay, let's move to the next step. Right, so once you log into this Sniper console, you should be able to see this kind of a screen. Don't worry if you don't get any data. If you even just see a blank page after logging in, that's okay. The next step is, now this is an important step, okay? So I believe all of you would be seeing a blank screen now. What you need to do is, you would be able to see these kind of widgets, right? Top violators, violations, and threats. Go to the top, let's say on the threats, there is a time span window. Click on that time window or the time pane. It will expand and then select the checkbox that you see at the top, which is check to apply selected rate range for all the widgets. You're able to find that? And then click on custom range. In the custom range, you have to select any date from 2020, maybe 1st January 2020, okay? And then in the 2, you should write or you should click on now, and then hit on apply. Sure, so from 2020, any date, January, maybe 1st January or 1st February, any date from 2020, and then on the 2 bar, you should just select now. So there would be a now button, you see that red circle over there, just hit on now, and then click apply. You're able to do so? So from 2020, any date, January, February, March, whatever, and then 2 times should be now. That you see now over here? You're able to do so? Yes. Okay, wonderful. You see now? Now and apply. Did you select that checkbox? You did not select. Click on this. Click on this. Check this box. Just come in. Yeah.
He asked me to remove this filter and count this, and I put this count as 50, right? I removed this.
Okay.
Count it. It's 50. Okay, when I put this 50, it's saying incorrect.
Okay. Just show me that. So one widget scoring 50. So this is orientation, right? This is orientation, right? So what you can do is,
No, I'm not putting this number. I'm putting this number from your other code.
no. So for orientation, you can just, so it is actually not asking you to go to the console. You can just put in the 45 over there, because orientation is just to practice. And then from stage 2 onwards, you should be able to.
Incorrect.
Okay.
It's also incorrect.
Show me that. Sorting. Okay. Maybe I'll look into it later. Just skip this and go to the next one, and then yeah.
We can't see the now here.
No. So once you click on 2, and on the right hand side,
It's there on the left.
over there you.
People who have bought it, let's start and then we'll sort out the
Yeah, 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 sure. All good? Okay.
Here you need us to find the red flag, find the red flag exactly what.
Yeah, so click on this. You have to select this also,
Okay, okay.
and then custom range, and then apply. It will load across all. And then I will come to the questions. Okay. Just the wait for the questions to load. I mean, don't start as of now. The next screen I want you to log in is CTFD console. I think some of you have already logged into this screen. Go to the URL on your slip, the bottom one, CTFD console. Go to that URL, enter your username and password. Please remember your username. So if you have a username 50 on the CTFD, remember your username. That will be crucial to receive a prize. Remember your username of CTFD console. Okay? So you can forget the sniper console's username, but you should remember CTFD console's username. Okay, one more time. Remember your username of CTFD console. All of you have logged into this console? Okay. All right, so for logging in, I think you are able to see the questions. Okay, you should see this kind of a page after you enter CTFD console, right? All questions are scored including 0 and 1. So 0, you should download your Spotter cookbook, which will help you to get some query syntaxes, and the challenge map, which will help you understand how the questions are structured in the CTFD console. And then you have orientation, APT detection, UBA, and threat hunting categories as part of the CTF console. You should also attempt orientation. Now, this orientation section is something which will help you practice on how to respond to your questions on it. So in the orientation section, you will see the flags already captured in the question itself. You should just copy that flag and enter it as your answer, only in the orientation section. Okay? So whatever questions that you see under orientation, there would be flags. You would be able to find the flag which is on the question itself. Just copy it and paste it in your response. Okay? All right, so Spotter Cookbook challenge map, I believe you would have already downloaded. Any issues? Have you all started? No, because I think you have not selected this checkbox. नहीं, इसमें करके ना उसको आप अप्लाई कर दो एक बार फिर से। कहाँ गया वो? कस्टम रेंज की बात कर रहे हो ना आप? हाँ, कस्टम रेंज करके यहाँ अप्लाई। हाँ, अप्लाई। आपने जनवरी का डेट डाला? हाँ। एक मिनट। चेक कर लीजिए। 2020 आ रहा है ना? नहीं नहीं नहीं, ये फिल्टर एक मिनट। तो मुझे लग रहा है ये डेट गड़बड़ आ जाता है। सुनो, डेट आप एक 2020 आना चाहिए। हाँ, 20 से 25। हाँ हाँ हाँ, वो 20 से 25 because you don't have new data in this. Just sorry.
Page is coming. I don't know. Question page is not coming.
No, this is question only. Just zoom out a bit. It's very zoomed out, I think. और करो. हाँ, go down. हाँ, वो flag है. Do you see a flag over there? You don't see? What is the question there? Question at the top. Go up. That's the question.
Yeah, this one is the question.
हाँ.
Okay.
And then you have to write your answer in the check in the box below. This page is given for your reference. You can look at this page to identify the answer. You don't have to go to the console because this is orientation section. It is just to practice it. I'll just go. Sorry?
I have to click on Foxy log. Look at Foxy. Cursor does not show option to click.
No, this you are in the. Okay. No, there is some. Should show. Just refresh it once.
I'll be the first in the
We will arrange a different CTF for you, dedicated one. Now you are able to see. Just refresh.
कर रहे हैं कि नहीं आ रहा इसमें 1-1-20 कर रहे हैं सर डेट आज का आ रहा है वो
नहीं वो मोबाइल में थोड़ा सा ना
देखो ना ये 20 ही है
हाँ 20
2
किया
डालूं
हाँ 2 डालो आप
तो मैं आज का डाल दिया सपोज यही क्लिक कर
हाँ
दूं?
यही पे आप क्लिक कर दो और अप्लाई करो आप
डन
हाँ
नहीं अप्लाई का ऑप्शन आएगा डन नहीं अप्लाई का ऑप्शन आएगा एक हाँ so ये नीचे जो ब्लू है ना वो अप्लाई है
ब्लू वाला
हाँ हाँ
नाउ
हाँ लेफ्ट आप करो लेफ्ट वो ना वो क्योंकि दिख नहीं रहा इसके पीछे है विंडो
But यहाँ 0 आ रहा है.
सॉरी
So I'm just following this on this.
no orientation you don't have to come to this section orientation just follow the screenshot
अच्छा okay.
हाँ yeah this is just follow the same screenshot हाँ in orientation section you can just follow the same screenshot yeah
Go on the scoring slide.
I will have to yeah yeah
don't understand what's flag.
flag is the response I mean whatever you want to capture you have to put in under the flag yeah just go inside 1 minute sorry where is my laptop
Yours? You need to connect?
yeah
Connect the laptop.
you already okay अभी प्रोजेक्ट मत करना आप 1 मिनट
अरे पेन ड्राइव काम के लिए निकाल के लेके चले क्लाइंट को दे सेट करो सर नॉट येट शाला जी ध्यान रखना सर जैसे बोलेंगे माइक ऑन माइक ठीक
प्रोजेक्ट इट प्रोजेक्ट करके ना just keep refreshing every 2 minutes
सॉरी
just keep refreshing every 2 minutes okay 2 minutes all right all good so you see the live scoreboard as well on the screen आप ही हो 26 आप ही हो क्या वो टॉप पे
ये पता कैसे चलेगा सर कि क्या 26 क्या आ रहा है ये
यूज़र 26 यू शुड रिमेंबर योर आपका यूज़र नेम कौन सा है हाँ
Share hard copy of your questions because without connectivity we couldn't do anything. Because as a security expert, I know you logged the all nothing WhatsApp notification. 2 numbers are not working here.
Okay.
So not working, so please give in a printout file. I will reply your each and every question.
You want internet connection?
Yes.
Let me. Where is Sarvagya? Sarvagya.
You just give in hard copy. मेरे पास 2 connections हैं अपने. मुझे और connection नहीं चाहिए
Okay.
आपके.
Can you
But
just?
give me in the printout. I will reply each and every of your questions.
You want the Wi-Fi?
हाँ इसमें कुछ काम नहीं
Wi-Fi
करना
कर
आपका.
दो. Can you assist on the Wi-Fi side?
तो मैं आपका आप hard copy भेज दो सारे जवाब.
I will separately do a CTF for you, for us with a smaller group.
क्योंकि ये सब जो आप क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो बहुत इजी है मेरे
Yeah, definitely these are. See, it's just a
मैं जो
exercise.
अभी तो मैं बोली आप लॉक करके बैठे हो हम लोग को ऊपर से खेला कर रहे हो हम लोग के साथ.
No. So just connect Sarvagya on the laptop. हाँ.
लॉगिन है फिर भी हमारा यूजर क्यों नहीं दिख रहा है इसमें?
क्या लॉक कर रखे हैं आप लोग समझते नहीं इतना बात. आप जिस एरिया में बैठे हो इट्स लॉक.
Which one?
आपका कुछ काम नहीं करेगा ठीक है.
नहीं ये हमारा भी दिखना चाहिए ना इस लिस्ट में.
Which one?
ये 44.
ये 90
44 होगा, नीचे होगा. So these are the top.
99 से मैंने लॉगिन किया ना, मैं देख रहा हूँ ना, कहीं पे भी नहीं है.
नहीं. This is there. These are just the users, okay?
हाँ, तो मेरा यूजर नेम
वो
लिस्टेड
है
होना चाहिए.
लिस्टेड है. So वो आपके एक बार आप वो करो.
ये देखो ना,
ये हम
हाँ.
मैं क्या करूँ? देखो मैंने रिफ्रेश भी कर दिया.
नहीं डोंट रिफ्रेश. हाँ सी.
किया ना?
हाँ.
ठीक है, तो 99 यूजर नंबर आना चाहिए ना, मैंने लॉग इन किया है.
So there are total 100 users actually.
तुम देखो 44 है इसमें. अभी पता चल जाएगा तुम्हें देखो. 44 है.
You are logged into CTFD, no? हाँ.
हाँ, तो नहीं है ना, मैंने वेरीफाई
हाँ किया ना इसमें.
पहले
It's
कर
there.
लिया था मैंने.
इसमें सबसे पहले किया हमने लॉगिन. पर उसमें
44
But have you responded to any question in the CTFD? Okay.
पर वहाँ इसमें आपके इसमें आ ही नहीं रहा है फिर.
Okay.
ये है ना ये 44@test.com.
No. So
नहीं है, neither mine and neither his.
सर इसमें कुछ लोचा है सर इसमें.
नहीं कुछ नहीं है अभी तक.
कहानी भाई.
Okay. So I'll check on the
तो ऐसा
system.
कैसे होगा कि दोनों नहीं आएगा और हम दोनों ही लॉगिन है.
और
एक साथ
सबसे
साथ-
पहले
Okay.
हमने-
So yours is 44,
हमने माइन इज 99.
99, and yours is?
44.
Let me check in the system.
हमने simultaneously ना,
हाँ.
दोनों बिगिनिंग में ही
Okay.
लॉगिन कर लिया था.
सबसे
Okay.
पहले किया हमने जब आपको हाथ
आपने बताया.
Okay.
दोनों देखो, ये दो अलग अलग टाइम में हमने ना
दोनों साइड
लॉगिन
खोल रखा
किया
है.
हुआ है.
दोनों
ये हमारा स्टूडेंट्स है,
ये
दूसरा है.
सिक्योनिक्स
Okay.
है और
Okay.
ये वाला ये है.
Right. So you responded to the question also. You correct. ठीक है. I'll let me check that. 44 and 99. एक मिनट. 1 minute.
सब कुछ अभी कराएंगे. हटा दो. लगा देना लेकिन वापस. Tell me. Okay. Which sponsors you sent? I know. Somebody come in the morning and he asked me, then I told him that sir, right now we got this and we're running this, and then next week we're gonna change it together. Okay. I need like which is cool every room में आपको देना पहुंच जाएगा डिलीवरी इस नाम से. वो चेक करो वाइड वाला बेसिक हो. तो पहले आप लगवा लो क्योंकि यहाँ पे भी बहुत जंगल है. पहले मेरे को एक सेट का वहाँ शॉट करना है.
अभी टाइम है ना होम लोग
यस 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 यस.
43. कुकबुक में आप जाओ, डाउनलोड करो आप इसको.
ये हमने डाउनलोड कर लिया.
हाँ
ये
अब
कर लिया ना.
ये देखिए डाउनलोड करके.
हाँ नहीं सो कैप्चर दिस फ्लैग.
ओके.
कॉपी करके यहाँ फ्लैग में आप डालो. हाँ यहाँ पे डालना है. देन पेस्ट इट. हाँ एंड सबमिट. हाँ गो टू नेक्स्ट चैलेंज. या एनी डाउट्स? यू गुड? You need something? हाँ सेकंड चैलेंज. या That's fine, that's fine. Let it be. You go to the browser again.
So we got the logs and then it comes to the query results 0. So we already entered the value,
Okay.
but now when you have to apply the filter, where
No,
should
no,
we
just
do it?
you are still in the first section,
Orientation?
orientation. Just follow the same screenshot. Don't go to this console. So the same screenshot that you have here as the answers, yeah. Whatever you will find over here, because orientation is just for practicing, and then you can go to that, yeah. Huh? These are the questions. Go to the challenge map, second. So one by one you have to just complete. Click on this, and then ये flag up, just copy it. Just copy the flag. This AA38 something, no? हाँ. उसके बाद next will come and then just keep, हाँ, submit. So your 2 questions are done. Next challenge. Click here only.
Next.
हाँ. Yeah. Now follow the screenshot and answer. I'll just go there. Yeah. Any questions? Any doubts? Are you good? हाँ.
नेक्स्ट जब कर रहे हैं ना, ये आ रहा है मेनू सिस्टम आ रहा है.
Yes, yes. Click
अब
on
ये
this.
क्लिक कर रहे हैं तो फिर ये कुछ और खुल जा रहा है, ये देखिए.
हाँ, ये है ना, ये क्वेश्चन है. इस स्क्रीनशॉट में से आपको आंसर पता करना है, एंड देन यू विल हैव टू कैप्चर दिस फ्लैग. सो लास्ट 1 minute. वो दिखा था ना वो.
सर वो लॉक हो गया सिस्टम. स्विच नाउ. थैंक यू.
After this, move back to the PPT.
ओके कॉपी.
बोलो.
Sir, you can also say please refresh. I'll refresh from here only.
हाँ.
Like we have done the setup now.
Two users, but mic is on, mic is still on. Off.
कट his mic please. कट his mic. लाला जी इनका mic कट कर दो. हाँ. जब ये जाएंगे.
So last 10 seconds and we'll close and we'll do a final refresh of this scorecard. All right, so we'll close the CTF and I'll do a final refresh. Okay, so may I know who is user 23? Can you please raise your hands? Okay, are you part of the same group, both these? Okay, 23, user 23, only one person? Okay, wonderful. User 2. Okay, there are those 2 folks over there. Wonderful. So you two guys are the winners for the CTF. Give a big round of applause. User 23 and user 2. I would like to invite Dipesh and Vinny to come on stage, please. Is it? May I know who is user 7? Wonderful. So we have 2 from user 2, 2 from user 7, and 1. Yeah. User 23, user 2, and user 7. Can you please come on stage? User 23, user 2, and user 7. Congratulations. What's your name? Saurav. Anshuman. 23, right? Two, okay. Saurav and Anshuman. Hi. You are?
Siddharth.
Siddharth and user 23?
Yes.
23. Siddharth, Saurav, Anshuman. Hi. Aditya. Hi, Aditya. So this is for 23, user 23. No, user, who is user 23? So user 23. Give a huge round of applause, please. Siddharth. User 23, Siddharth. And then we have user 7. Oh, you both are there? Okay. Give a huge round of applause for Himank and Aditya. And then user 2, we have, Anshuman and Saurav. Vinny. Great. Congratulations, guys. Yeah. Thank you for attending CTF. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Can we please switch back to the slide, please? Dipesh, may I request you to be on stage, please? You don't have a mic? You have this. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so while few folks have received the physical certificate, you all will also be receiving a physical certificate. There would be a scan me barcode over there, using which you can download your digital copies. I understand it's a very, we got very less time to do this kind of a CTF. We can always do this in a smaller group as well. Please feel free to register with us so that we can arrange CTFs for a smaller group. And then do visit us on booth 4 starting tomorrow onwards. If you want to know more about our platform, I can give you personalized demos as well. And we will be on booth 4 from tomorrow onwards. So with this, I would like to thank you and hand it over to Dipesh for a debrief, please. Thank you, Dipesh.
Okay. Audible? Yeah. So, a couple of things. I want to just put it up from my side on behalf of Securonics. This capture the flag activity that we call CTF. If you guys want us to come down and do it with your respective teams of analysts or data scientists or the team which is running your SOC operations, let us know. We can structure a proper 3-hour, 5-hour session exclusively for your teams if you want us to do that. We are open for that. Second, this is more of just a thought that came to my mind. These certificates, it can be a very good tool to enhance your visibility as a threat analyst or as a security specialist. If you wish, this is not a marketing stuff that I'm saying, I'm just saying it as because it came to my mind. If you guys want to flash it on LinkedIn, it holds a lot of value because that certificate is a genuine certificate and does hold some recognition and weight. So if you guys want to use this as an interesting upgrade to your LinkedIn profiles, we don't mind. You can definitely do that. If you want to tag any of us or tag Securonics largely as an handle, you can do that. And we are on booth number 4 for the next 3 days. Me and my entire team is here. Anyone who needs to interact with me personally or interact with Securonics largely, of course, I invite you all, booth number 4 for us. come over, spend some time. If you have questions or if you have stuff that has that requires more interaction, please come to us, talk to us, and we'll be more than happy to help. Thank you very much for sparing the time, coming on time, helping us start the session on time, and we'll try to do as many interactions that we can do with you in these next 3 days. Thank you very much.